This is how we're gonna do it. I don't have much time on my hands. You don't have much time on your hands. So this is what's going to happen. I am having a time limit. That's right, 2 hours, starting now. Now, of course, students, where are we going to start off with? Well, today's topic is going to be summer camps. Now, what about summer camps is what about summer camps do we want to solve? What's the problem with these, with this event? I would say, yeah, an event. Well, as much as everyone loves summer camp, I genuinely like summer camp just because I like the woods. I like going out there. It's nature. It's beautiful. You get to touch a bunch of shit and stuff like that. And then every once in a while you get to see a deer, and it's fun. I worked as a camp counselor before. Not a camp counselor, but like a maintenance guy in a camp counselor group, and that was a lot of fun and just a huge, wonderful experience. Oh, the stars! But in this day and age with VR and games and computers and just everything's online. You got DoorDash coming to you. You got Instacart delivering your food. All right, you got multivitamins to give you your nourishment and stuff like that. We can live off. We can live just on the grid, and that's how it goes. But like, how are we going to motivate these kids to actually go to summer camp and engage it? Well, of course, we're going to look at the pros and cons of summer camp, and that is what's going to happen. So, well, I think that's our solution. That is going to be our problem. Our problem today is that, well, hello, there we go. Is how to, well, actually, hold on. Nah. Summer camp is old AF. That's what I say. Summer camp is old as fuck. All right? Like, who wants to go out and fuck with bugs? Who wants to touch that shit? There's mud. There's rain and stuff like that. All right? The tents are small. Your back is aching. It's awful. All right? Oh, but like, oh, well, we had beds and stuff like that. Fuck your beds. Okay? Those were little slivers, all right, of cotton, all right, that probably had lice because none of that shit was properly maintained unless, what was it? You spent 10 grand on a summer camp? Like, that's awful. That's like the most expensive babysitter for parents. And stuff. That's a whole other thing to it. So how do we solve the damn problem of summer camps? Well, first, let's go ahead and, well, let's figure out, is there specifics? Like, okay, basically the point is that it's old. It's old. The nature, it could be dangerous. I would almost say it's a little dangerous. What was it? What are other problems? I guess like cell phone signals and stuff like that. But like, you gotta, but like at least to modernize it. Okay. Tech. You gotta figure out an entertainment. All right. In this day and age with YouTube and Twitch streams and stuff like that, people want short form content, baby. That's why I'm doing this. Your challenge. All right. What time we got? All right. We're reaching a little bit down there, but okay. So this is what's up. Summer camp is old as fuck. All right, it's old. It's dangerous. Dangerous. Let's see here. No tech. All right, and entertaining. Not. That's how you spell. Fuck. Not. That's what I have to say. Now, of course, what was it here, ladies and gentlemen? Actually, I got a personal text from an actual viewer online. They're telling me that summer camps turn me on. Let me tell you, sir. It's true. It's true. That's very true. I mean, like, what was it? Summer. It's hot and heavy. Sometimes, you're gonna be like, what was it? You're doing the whole cliche like '80s thing and stuff like that. Camp counselors, they're getting together. Lack of phones, so you have to communicate. A lot of people are going to be touching. All right, that's like the entertaining parts of summer camp are more for the adults. I would almost say like summer camp is more for adults. So how do we modernize summer camps to make it entertaining for children? We let's see. Uh Children don't like it. That's what's up. All right, we got to solve that. How do we make these kids like this shit? Now, of course, without forcing them, okay? This isn't a boot camp. We're not trying to push these kids into like doing anything like a lot of weight camps and stuff like that. They'll send kids out just to die out in a hole, which is awful. There's a lot of like reformatory camps and stuff like that. I've seen like YouTubers where they come and like fuck up a kid like traumatically, and then they bring him back and be like, oh, it's all fine and stuff, and like, now of course. And now, of course, there's the whole debate of like religion camps and stuff like that. I went to a couple of them, and like they were very fun experiences. I think no matter what, I think the goal of whether it be like religious, tech, athletic, or just like out in the woods, I think no matter what, it like the goal of a camp is to learn something. That is the goal. But like you have to catch them. You got like where's the honey? Okay, where's the sugar and the syrup? That's what I'm talking about. That's what we're going to try to figure out. The sugar in the syrup, ladies and gentlemen, that is what we're going to find. Find. Find the sugar in the syrup. All right, don't make fun of me on how I spell, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so let's get into it. All right. Now, of course, I think we have a good premise here. All right. Okay. Summer camp is old as fuck. That's the premise. That's what we got to get kids into it. All right. And hey, this is the type of program where we might not solve the question here. That's the thing. We might actually come to find out that like, hey, maybe we might not need summer camps. And maybe summer camps is old as fuck. Maybe we don't need it. Hmm? I'm just saying. But that is where you and I are going to do this. Okay. Now, of course, let's see here. We got about man. I haven't even hit 10 minutes yet on this thing. All right, and we already got question one done. We're gonna kick ass on this. All right. Thank you, personal listener. I love you too. Now, of course, let's continue. No, let's continue on. All right. Now, the second question that we have for is who cares about this problem? I would say that what was it? Now, if you can't answer this question, then there are well, then there are one or two problems. The problem is not important enough for you to waste your time. You have not spent enough time considering why you are working on this. I think we totally have the people onto it. It's about ladies and gentlemen. All right. We're talking about the children. All right. That's what it's about the children and I guess parents too because you want your kids to be well too. Yeah, children parents. The best kind of children, maybe. I guess. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. It's for the children. Okay? Summer camp is for the kids. Now, of course, there's summer camps for adults, and we can dive into that. But right now, we're going to specify into the kids. Okay? D- don't, don't. Okay? That's kind of our main audience. I think maybe like people who work onto it, work on it too. We gotta because like we gotta think about the output, the people who are going to be teaching these kids. So teachers, I would definitely say so slash counselors because that's how you spell them. All right, there's a lot of okay, there's a lot of different things with teachers and counselors. Now, of course, I think let's yeah, let's get back. Let's get into the study of it. All right, let's get into it. Wikipedia, baby boo boo. We might get head over heels on ourselves on researching this topic, but let's figure out about summer camps. All right, we got to know the basics. Let's dive into it a little bit more. Let's see the people involved in it. Let's see the organizations. Let's figure out what is up. What's the problem with summer camps? Why? What's losing it? What's the controversies behind it? Why people hate it? Or why do people love it? Let's see. Brian, hit us up.
A summer camp or sleepaway camp is a supervised program for children or teenagers conducted during the summer months in some countries. Children and adolescents who attend summer camp are known as campers. Summer school is usually a part of the academic curriculum for a student to make up work not accomplished during the academic year. Summer camps can include academic work, but is not a requirement for graduation. The traditional view of the summer camp as a woody place with hiking, canoeing, and campfires is changing, with greater acceptance of newer types of summer camps that offer a wide variety of specialized activities. For example, there are camps for the performing arts, music, magic, computer programming, language learning, mathematics, children with special needs, and weight loss. In 2006, the American Camp Association reported that 75% of camps added new programs. This is largely to counter a trend in decreasing enrollment in summer camps, which some argue to have been brought about by smaller family sizes and the growth in supplemental educational programs. There are also religiously affiliated summer camps, such as those run by Christian groups and various denominations of There are also religiously affiliated summer camps, such as those run by Christian groups and various There are also religiously affiliated summer camps, such as those run by Christian groups and various denominations of Judaism.
All right. So, with this, we're already kind of getting a little bit into it. Now, of course, this is Now, students, this is what I was talking about. We're talking about the woody places. We're talking about the hold up. I gotta have you guys see my pen here. That's right. We got ourselves a pen. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, here we go. Good. So, and again, all right, we're talking about the woody places here. We're talking about hiking. We're talking about canoeing. We're talking about campfires here. All right, we're talking about the classic summer camp and people performing the arts, the music, the band camps, the magic, our computer programs. Actually, that may be our gateway to modernizing stuff. Maybe not turning it into a STEM program, all right? But like, you learn a little bit of mathematics, that's fine, special needs. I would like to learn a little bit on like the specific parts of weight loss and the special needs and see like how like the minorities of these different parts of these groups of camp goers and like these like specialized camps. It would be very good. And then of course, you got the Christianity and Judaism. I think there's even like I think when I skimmed over some of this stuff, it was like Hinduism that like there's like religious camps all around, and I really want to like see how if they differ, what are the similarities between them. This is something that'll be pretty great. And of course, the American Camp Association, we're going to have to look into that. I know there's going to be different parts within it. Now, of course, Brian, let's see you continue on here. All right, let me go ahead and clear that screen there for you. All right, let's see what Brian has to tell us about the primary purpose for these camps.
The primary purpose of many camps is educational, athletic, or cultural development. A summer camp environment may allow children to learn new skills in a safe and nurturing environment. Summer camp experience can have a lasting psychological impact on the development of a child. Girls' camps in the United States began to appear around 1900. Many of the early camps were located in New England. In 1900, there were fewer than 100 camps in the United States. But by 1918 over 1,000 were in operation. Early camps for girls were located in remote, natural areas, and many camps featured a water venue. There were outdoor activities such as canoeing, archery, and hiking. Other types of popular instruction involved handcrafts, dramatics, camp and firemaking. Campers slept in wigwams, tents, or open dormitories. Any of these options encouraged a camper to take responsibility for maintaining her own personal space.
I'm sorry, what the fuck was that? A wigwam. The fuck's a wigwam? Hold up. If we're gonna be diving into this, we gotta dive into every bit of this. All right, what the wigwam? We need more digital wham. Oh God. Oh, that doesn't look good at all. That doesn't look fun at all. Look at this, like lack of structure. Like, can we zoom into this real quick? Maybe not. Look at this. Oh my goodness, you ain't got much room here. You got like, was it like this dirt right here and stuff like that? Is that the sticks? Nah, that can't be right. That like you can't handle any of that stuff. And you're dealing with dirt floors around. Nah, that's not good. That's not good. We got to modernize it and add a little bit more to it, ladies and gentlemen. We can't just like have like it's depending on what you want to do. Okay, I think like maybe that's like the 50-50 here. Ooh, that's one thing that we need to realize too is that what was it here? Da, 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 da. Yeah, let's get right on to it. And how about, of course, the place that this is going to be involved in, the environment. All right, the environments, because because different camps go into it. How much are we doing right now? Only 20 minutes. We're about to reach up to 20 minutes by. All right, all right. Not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. Okay. Coolio. Let's see here. Maybe, I guess like the educational system now, because a lot of them are teaching kids. So yeah, education. Education system. Yeah. All right. There's a lot going on in this. Okay. All right, let's see here. Let's get back to it. So a wigwam, that's what a wigwam is. I'm scared of saying it too. It sounds weird. I'm going to be honest. All right. So here we go. And a lot of girl camps in the United States began. Why just like girl camps? Were that like the first camps? Like organizations? No, I would guess it would be like boy camps because of just how it was back in the day. Boys were were forced into going outdoors and all that mumbo jumbo, and that was like the thing with it. Maybe.
Mimicking Native American traditions such as council fires and storytelling generated a sense of community and inspired campers to become conscientious members of a group. Typically, girl campers wore their hair in a version of native style. Uniforms were standard in most camps, but braided hair and headbands were common attire for campers. For camp ceremonies and pageants, girls would dress in special native-inspired dresses, at times even contributing to the handiwork. In this era, camps were considered to be a natural pathway for young girls to develop healthy bodies, self-assurance and a sense of community. Today's girls' camps offer many activities, such as STEM camps, sailing, and dramatic arts. Organized.
Okay. It kind of focused on a lot of the girl sides of the camps, which I'm guessing that is just that's how it goes, or at least the history of it and stuff. All right, let's see here. College. Okay, so we're getting into now the organizations here. At some camps, all campers stay overnight. Okay, so this tells us like the whole process of a camp. Okay, let's go ahead. Yeah.
Organization. In most camps in the United States, young adult or teenage supervisors are called counselors or cabin leaders. In many camps, counselors are assigned to small groups of campers, called bunks, huts, cabins, or units, who participate in activities as a group, such as campfires, hiking, canoeing, swimming, nature law, and arts and crafts. Counselors often share living accommodations with their group. In the United States, counselors for residential camps are typically drawn from older teens and college-aged adults, early 20s, because of the temporary, seasonal and low-paying aspects of the work. International staff are often hired alongside their American counterparts through agencies who vet the staff beforehand.
That's actually what happened on the one job that I worked at, which was we had people from New Zealand and like from New Zealand, Scotland, London, yeah, like basically Europe, and they all came and down. That was very interesting. That was a lot of fun. The shitty part was that like they didn't really house them properly, so a lot of the Americans had to come in and actually house them. So that was definitely shitty on their end. It was a yeah, that's the thing too. Like, there's not much organization that goes into camp counseling. At least like smaller end parts. At least the one that I went to. It's very much like winging it, just going for it, and not really diving deep into it, which is kind of not really good. Which you shouldn't really be doing that at all, to be honest. Now, yeah. So overall, yeah.
Overall camp supervision is typically done by older camp directors, who lead a team that includes cooks, sports instructors, a
Mm,
nurse, maintenance personnel and counselors. The
yep.
director and the maintenance personnel have a longer-term affiliation with the summer camp.
I worked
Professional camp
maintenance.
staff organize the preparation of facilities and supplies for the camp season and supervise the maintenance of the camp during the off-season. Camp directors conduct the hiring of seasonal counselors, instructors, and support staff, often during job fairs held on campuses or on online job boards. At some camps, all campers stay overnight in cabins and eat all their meals in a cafeteria. At some
Mm-hmm.
camps, also known as day camps, the campers go home each night. Some other camps allow both day and overnight campers. In the US, residential camps that have overnight facilities are sometimes called sleepaway camps. Summer camp is often the first time that children spend an extended period of time away from home.
It's very true. I'll never forget like that instance of like going to like a summer camp and just that like almost that freedom feeling. It's like I would say it's almost the equivalent of like going to college like out of state, or like you get dropped off at the dorm and then you just kind of like look around and you're just like, "Oh, it's just me. It's just me." Okay, cool. Let's go. That was a lot that was a lot of fun going there. Working at one was a lot of fun too. Just all the like we had like maybe a month to the camp just ourselves before the kids came through, and that was a lot of fun. Hmm. Let's see here, practice. So that was, I would say that's, I would say subjectively that is pretty true. And let's see here. Now let's see what we got here. Who cares about this problem and why? We already got the children. We got the, excuse me, the children, the parents, teachers, counselor, environment, educational system in general. Um, Honestly, I think that's like kind of the main part of what we're going on. I think that's pretty easy. All right, now what have others done this? Good research never exists in a vacuum. All right, this is kind of we're kind of getting into the organizational part of it. So let me get into it here. Show you what's going down. All right, now this is kind of like the part where we actually start doing the deep dive. Okay, this can get pretty dicey. At least like on what have others done to do this. Now, of course, what the oldies have done it. Now, of course, the classic is what they said, the sleepaway camp. Now, it's decent, of course. Of course. I mean, if you want to be that way about it. I don't. Hold up. Yeah, here we go. No, no, no. That needs to be. That needs to be bigger. Here we go. I like that. I like that. So, okay. Are you not? Is this how it goes? Yeah, I guess so. All right. So, with this, it's like it's still sticking with nature. Still with nature, which I think that's something that we need to hold on to. All right, if we're gonna stop, like it's not like I want to hold on to the nature part of the camp because I think that's the essential part. Of course, yes, there's computer camps, there's other parts with it. I think almost like nature can be the reward of it. Now, of course, now what was it? You have sleep, you have sleep away. There's always education applied to them. Education associated with camp. Right, and then let's see. It builds upon the response to works. Who has previously attempted to solve this problem? Of course, you have organizations. Organizations. The Boy Scouts. Got Girl Scouts. Right. Just religion in general. All right, we got let's see here. What other? Well, here let's just dive. Let's go into more bits here. Let's see other organizations that probably got involved in it. Let's see. It builds upon must be able to set your work in context with others. There are two aspects of prior work that you will need. Who has previously attempted to solve this problem? All right, let's remember that. All right, let's remember this bad boy here. All right, why did they not succeed? And how is your problem a different special case? All right, let's see here. We can do specialize. We could do like specialized parts. These are just like all the people that dive into it. Now, I wouldn't say. I would say. Let's see here. Yeah, I would say like the specialized. They got it. I think they got it. I think there's something like education informed with it. I think that's good. Sleep away, away for a couple days. I think that's still good. There's still aspects with it. All right, special like now like these now religion. This is a big thing for me. I like for what we're trying to do. I think I think religion is bathed in tradition. So I think that immediately contradicts it. All right, so that's why I think like religion focus is going to be out of it. All right, I think that's how that's what we're going to do with it. Religion shouldn't be the focus of it. Big organization like Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Eagle Scouts, like that's like it turns the camp into a job. All right, all right. We're not into child labor. We're not trying to indoctrinate them. All right, that's what the military's for. Okay, we can leave that to actual adults into that part. Okay, so now sticking with nature, I think that's something we got to keep. I think sticking with nature is a big component here. Let's now let's see. Now what have others done? Let's see. Who has previously attempted it? Let's dive deeper into these organizations and let's see who has maybe tried to involve these parts here. Okay, we're about 30 minutes in. All right. This might be we might get a little bit of dicey here, but we're going to figure it out, okay? Let's figure Let's figure it out. Do 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 do. Now we have the different types of camps here. Now let's see here so you can see it. All right. Now of course we have the different type of camps that go around the dormitories, the summer schools, the non-college credits and stuff. Well, I want to SAT preparation courses. Good God. Now, like I got science and nature, baby. Let's continue that. Tech camps. That's kind of cool. I think that's something that's involved with it. I think you can get into it. You know what? I think let's get back. Yeah, let's get back to it. I think there's something that tech camps can offer that I think here. Let's Let's just start doing green writing now. All right. Tech camps. That might be something that we gotta look deeper into. But let us see here. Right now, organizations. I think I found something that actually shows here. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, let's now first off, let's try to figure out what's up with these religious uh, what's up with these religious camps, because I know like we pushed it away, but let's try to counteract it. We got to hear all sides of it, baby. That's how we do it here. Okay? So, the biggest ones that we got here. We got Kanuku Christian Camp, operation in 1962. It's the most popular Christian camps that received 450,000 youth over its lifetime, with more than 70 plus active activities to do. The camp like wave running, dry. I was about to say dry. My dumbass was about to say dry lip lining. What the hell? Dry zip lining? What's wet zip lining? Wakeboarding, blob, and a lot more activities would be fun. All right, well, what's up? Holy shit, that looks fun as hell. Let's see, stores, donate, camp, day camp, family camp, worldwide, about. All right, let's get into it. What you got? History. Countless families have sent their families to Canute to allow them. Nope. Okay. Mission equipping next generation leaders and more is more than our mission. It is our heartbeat. Okay. Statement of beliefs. See? That's where I feel like we're kind of breaking away there. I'm third. At Canute, we live, I'm third. The I'm third message is a foundation of teaching. Canute reinforcing the importance of putting God first, our second, others second, and I'm third in every area of our lives. Okay. All right. Well, what's with all your activities, huh? Hey, they got archery, they got the b-ball, they got the canoes, mountain biking, kayak, faith pole. Oh yeah, that's when you get a football, slip and slide. This is pretty dope. This is pretty dope. Okay, this is a lot of fun, but like where's like the chill bits for like the kids who want to chill? Cuz I know that's like a lot. I know that's a big thing. We got to hit like a big demographic for the kids who want to chill, but then like, you're not going to like bog them down with a bunch of like religious text, because like again, kids have short attention spans. They're going to bounce around. Okay? You just like you can't do that. Like it's you have a lot of activities, but like the education part of it, I don't think it's like the kids are going to be like, it's going to be it's too big of a stark contrast. All right. Religion summer camps, I don't know. Okay, let's see how maybe the Jewish, how they handle it. See, all summer, all year round. Okay. Current family staff members. What you got on activities? The mission. And the Baber Camp creates a community that challenges and nurtures fun individuals, community based on growth and Jewish identity, and a safe, positive, diverse environment. Okay. I mean, like, what you got? Of course, you got the big classic circles. I'm not seeing too much of like updates. Current families, camp ties, get ready for camp. Like, you got activities? Like, what's good? Be all year, scheduled tour, family camp, mitzvah projects, winter camp. Okay. No. We're going off topic here. We can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. All right. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that sells me immediately onto an outdoor youth for Mormons. Woof. So you do it there, huh? Damn, they want to immediately sell you on that. It's immediately sold out. All right, what you got? Camp activities. They got the classic whitewater rafting, stars, daily personal scripture study. That's boring. Arrows, morning sign. People just talking. I mean, testimony meeting, tomahawk throwing. Okay, solo time. We're climbing rocks. You see this? Hold up. You see this guy? Well, you just like solo time when you hop on rocks and dance. I bet money it's not the dancing that we're going to be talking about. Okay, it's not a club. Okay, he's having fun. I dig it. Local hot springs. All right. Low ropes, daily firesides. Okay, a lot of talking. I'm okay. I'm okay with the talking, but like, yeah, like what? Like that's it? Nah. Come on. Like it's there's too many. Like there's too many human to human interactions. Okay, you can have it. You can have the human to human interactions, but like you gotta you gotta divvy it out. It can't be like exposure therapy. Okay, you're telling me first of all you're giving me this existential thing, all right, about religion, and then you're gonna tell me I gotta talk to people about it also, dude. You're like crossing two lines there. All right, first I have to meet people, which is brutal, and then secondly I gotta talk about religion with them. That's crazy. Okay. All right. Lastly, let's see the Muslim summer camp we got here. Respect diversity in Islamic practice. All right. Nature, knowledge, legacy. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of a lot of overlap here. A day at NYC. Let's see. Prayer, morning hike, breakfast, classes, free time, counselor and teacher meeting, lunch and free time, elective classes, another prayer, cabin counseling session, swimming sports, prayer, dinner free time, prayer, campfire prayer. Okay, so at least with this, depending on how it's handled on the free time, like this is a little bit better. Okay, so like what's up with like what are people like doing around like free time? You got like activities? What's up? Activities. Here we go. Let's see. Okay, of course we got care, camp beautification. Always emphasizes that Muslim should have a place in better condition than the condition in which he or she found it. Every year, the NYC family tries to do something special to improve the campsite. Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm all good about like getting involved with the environment, adding something to the camp. Hopefully, you're not like taking down a tree and like building a cabin out of it. That's kind of wild, but like, okay, cool. One way to show appreciation, acknowledging wonderful staff who cook and clean. Oh, so child labor. Okay. There's that. Let's see here. Red banner, orange banner, awards fasting the whole month of Ramadan to campers 12 and older. Oh, damn, they got like, okay, awarded recite. Okay, a little bit of competitiveism and stuff like that. Christianity, maybe had a little bit about that. Maybe reading the books, knowing the Ten Commandments, Mormons, whatever Mormons do. I added like a little bit of reward system. Beep, well, I'm okay with adding a little bit of competitivism with your religion. I see. Go ahead, do it. Okay, so yeah, this is kind of selling my point on just how these organizations they can't handle it too much. Now, let's see here. The most expensive no organizations. Seven benefits. I went to camp. Business behind insane camps. Where was the hub? Was this the hub? No, this is how to start a summer camp, which was kind of cool. Um, what was it? I saw it. Summer. Let's just look at the top organizations. Top summer camp organizations. The best. The best Camp organizations, everybody. Okay. Inter-exchange. Live work travel abroad. Oh, I think this was something. Camp USA. Yeah. Connecting. So international travel. That's something that's good. I think that's a big incentive. Okay, I think that's something that we can add. That we can definitely add to it. That with like modern, like sometimes modernization is just experiencing a different part of it. So I think yeah, travel. Sweet Jesus, what am I doing? Travel, and then we'll put abroad. I think that's something. I think that's something that's interesting to combine with camps. I'm surprised, like other like is there camps that like AU pair matching carrying international AU pairs with a welcoming? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of US stuff, and I'm not seeing like too much of like other parts into it. Hmm. No idea. Let us see here. Now, of course. All right. Mm. All right. Let's see here. Let's get back. Let's get back to it. Tech camps, travel abroad because the Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts. Yeah. I want to see how like new like. Let's just see the Boy Scouts. I want to see how the Boy Scouts. I was gonna say, yeah, I know they got like sued because of like the big cliche thing of happening with, well, yeah, people touching each other. Contact your counselor, complete an application, start scouting. Now, eh, see again, like that's a whole organization. I don't think they specify with Boy Scouts and stuff like that. See, I want to get into. Let's get back to what was this? Oh yeah. So let's see. Kids should see this. Okay, whatever. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Got it. So American Camp Association. Now this is kind of like almost like the union of camps, right? As a leading authority of summer camps and youth development. This is going to be our source here, I think. News and publications, hot topics. Prioritize camp staff with COVID-19 vaccinations. And now, of course, that's going to be a big component. That's going to be a big component, is like keeping everyone up to date with that. Now, financial relief for camps, including federal relief bill. Oh. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. All right, hold up. I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta use the restroom. Stay. No, I'm gonna have Brian here read us this here article on what's been going on.
Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Update, January 2021. In consideration of the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday and the events of the past few weeks, we believe that it is important for the American Camp Association, ACA, to again state that we stand in solidarity with the millions of people who are angry, hurt, and grieving. This is especially for all those who have lost family and friends to racially motivated violence throughout our history. We believe we must each do our part individually, working collectively to end systemic racism and violence. Further, we each have a role to play in not just calling for change, but in leading by doing. Through our Strategic Plan 2020-2024, ACA has committed to expanding equitable access to camp, and to growing the camp community through diversity and inclusion. Together with camps, camp professionals, and volunteers, ACA is working to help people of all backgrounds, beliefs, identities, and all abilities be valued inclusively and have access to camp. As a first step in our strategic planning work, ACA hired Nika White Consulting, a diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) consultancy, to conduct an assessment of ACA and the field of camp from a DEI perspective. This process is in the final stages and is focused on implementation planning, through identification of our most urgent priorities. To support this work, ACA has established a robust volunteer structure to assure that our initiatives align with our strategic plan and to provide oversight and accountability, including the following. DEI Board Committee, chaired by Juris Colon. This committee works with the full board to set the strategic direction for ACA's DEI work in addition to monitoring progress and assuring accountability. DEI Operational Steering Committee, chaired by Roberto Gill. This committee provides thought leadership and is responsible for implementation planning to operationalize our DEI initiatives. Members of this committee will provide leadership to working groups that will implement individual initiatives. DEI Operational Advisory Committee, chaired by Sterling Nellia. This is a larger committee that is meant to represent the voice of the field in this work. Members of this committee will have a higher level understanding of our various initiatives and will champion this work in the field. Members will support the working groups charged with implementing individual initiatives. DEI working groups. Once ACA's DEI implementation plan has been outlined and initial priorities established, various working groups and task forces will be established to support these individual initiatives. ACA will continue to develop real-time resources and educational materials while we frame out our full implementation plan for DEI, such as our Hiring for Diversity podcast, our Diversity Conversation with Jamal Stroud, and the Inclusion Through CIT program initiative. Our national conference will also have a wide variety of DEI sessions, with topics ranging from racial and implicit bias to developing inclusive programming at your camp. Our closing keynote with Gloria Wilder, MD, mile per hour, Restoring Dignity, will address racial inequity. The DEI Steering Committee is in the process of developing our overarching DEI implementation plan, which will include the identification of our initial priorities. We currently expect this work will be completed in the first quarter of 2021. Additionally, our DEI Advisory Committee will be formally established in the next 2 months, seeking critical input from the field to help shape this work. Be on the lookout for individual working groups or task forces that will be developed to support these initiatives. To do this, we are asking for significant support from the field to make meaningful progress in this critical area.
Well, hot damn. Like that just goes to show on just deeper parts of it. All right. Well, then, let's get in. We're going back to, I guess, step 1. On... Ooh. Here we go. Let's see. What problem do we want to solve? Not that part. Let's see here. Here we go. Gotta close the thing out so I can see all of them. Yeah. What the fuck? What the fuck? Here we go. All right, let's reset that. Minorities. Let's immediately write that down. I mean, that kind of goes with my ignorance on that part, on just kind of like understanding that. Well, minorities. Because yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. A lot of traditional stuff comes into summer camps that just don't apply to certain parts. I think what was it? Like there were LGBTQ camps involved with that, and I think that's something that could be very, 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 very beneficial. That I think people should try to implement. Maybe. I think that's how we should do it. But I think diversity, inclusivity, and all that. Let's see. What is your solution to the problem? Oh, right. Let's see here. Tech groups traveling abroad. They've also implemented diversity. Is this the right one? Nah, here we go. Here we go. They implemented diversity groups, initiation, committees. Yeah, diversity committees. All right, because no, that's a very big thing. Hey, can't it's always been like said about like the stereotypical part on just there's an inclination of people being white and then also like wanting to go into nature, more into like the scary movie bit of just the dumbasses wanting to go into scary movies, which is kind of true actually. But like just a lot of because of I think it almost touches into history, like anything that like goes back in time of like camping and stuff like that, it doesn't shed a good light onto people in minority. First of all, it's also like camps like going out and a lot of these activities and stuff like that. They don't show any what was it inclusion for people with disabilities, so it could be pretty ableist on certain factors of that. I think there what was it a lot of how like if you want all your like all the kids to be part of a group and insert into it, then you have to have a diverse group of employees and into it, and a lot of counselors and stuff like that aren't really part of it. So I do I do see like how to modernize it into that part, which I didn't even know about the podcast, which is very interesting. That's kind of cool. Continue on with the hot topics on at least like what they see here, because this is very interesting here. Priorities of camp staff with COVID, financial relief for camps beyond, and paycheck protection. This is a lot of credit details, credit 21 credit details. This is a lot of like business stuff. I'm not trying to have that. Stay may have positive implications for camp's J1 visa participants. May be eligible to expand for expanded Main Street loan program, lending deadline extension for important updates. I'm trying to see if there's like any like big news. Big news. There we go. Department of Labor. So I guess like with like social media and stuff like that being part of it, I guess like that's kind of like how to modernize it with communication into it. Let's see here. States and laws and regulations, fundraising for camps, grants, health forms, records, certification, camp fairs, job fairs, special course package, create your own staff and training. Wow, there's a lot of stuff onto here. Accessibility into like summer camps and getting involved with it. News source. Is paying for summer camp a challenge? Here's how to cover it without breaking the bank. Oh. How to choose the right camp for your child. 5 ways your summer camp makes a difference. The conservation. All right. Shit, we're probably going to be bouncing off all these bits here. All right. Fostering community. Okay, let's see here. After school years in. Let's get into it. Brian. Stop that. Go away. Brian. Let's see what's up. The psychological benefits.
Psychological benefits of summer camp. Exploring the psychological benefits of summer camp. Updated June 24, 2020. After the school year ends, the warm, lazy days of summer arrive with a plethora of kid-friendly fun activities taking place in June, July and August throughout the metropolitan, DC area. One of those activities is summer camp. Many online sources do a fine job at curating the best summer camps, offering detailed descriptions of a typical camp day. Parents who read these descriptions know that summer camps come with concrete, measurable benefits, including an exposure to visual and performing arts.
That's something that we gotta add on to here actually is accessibility, because a lot of camps they don't have that. How the fuck do you spell accessibility? Um, communication or marketing. Marketing. There you go. Like, that's like the proper way of like, and of course that could be used through like social media, media, media. Let's see here. Okay, let's get back to it. Brian, sorry for the interruption there, buddy. Please continue what you were saying. Good feller.
Opportunities to work independently. Parents who read these descriptions know that summer camps come with concrete, measurable benefits, including an exposure to visual and performing arts.
Mm.
Opportunities to work independently and in teams through science experiments and sports and safe environments to explore nature and high adventures. What parents may not necessarily realize, however, are the lesser-known benefits of summer camp as explained by psychologists who work with children. Summer camps offer more than just the development of new skills, they are prime building blocks for immeasurable, intangible benefits that will set the course for positive social interactions, independence and resilience. According to Dr. Eve F. Whitmore, a clinical psychologist from Western Reserve Psychological Associates in Stowe, Ohio, one beneficial aspect of summer camp is the opportunity to learn to be more independent, and practice making decisions for oneself. As a provider of consultation and therapy to children and families, Dr. Whitmore has a goal to help children decrease their problems and increase their resilience in physical, mental and behavioral health. She firmly believes that even young children would benefit from a few hours at summer camp to practice being away from home, thereby giving children ample opportunities to be independent, away from their families, and build up their inner strength, resiliency. Diversity. Schools in our area are varied and unique. The DMV offers parents choices in charter schools and faith-based schools. Public school systems in all three areas offer amazing educational opportunities and areas of study, but the level of diversity isn't always very high. Fortunately, the summer camp experience breaks all boundaries and attracts a diverse group of children who come from different economic, social and cultural backgrounds, and children with special needs are starting to be recognized as valuable members of camps.
See, that's pretty. Like, I'm starting to recognize it. Like, camp is like the college for these kids. Like, that's what it is. I like just recognize that. I think like that's how you get into it. Is that you go to these camps that send you. Hold up. There we go. Like you go to these camps. I think that's what you do. You go to these camps to build yourself into like a different person. I think it does change you in like major ways. I think like that's how you get more into it. I think that's how you push yourself into these activities. Now, of course, like with adding in more diversity, adding more tech, I think you can do that, whether it be through like drones or um activities, which I think that we kind of solve that part with. I think at least here. Let me see. With tech, traveling, diversity, marketing, I think that's kind of the big point. Let's see, what did they not succeed into it? I think focusing too much on tradition. Like I think, like you're dealing with the most traditional thing already in camps, which is just for like the forest, nature, water, like the beach. And sometimes kids don't already like that, so I think you need to have that in between. Break away from like all like some of the tech, but like have these moments. I think like, having a tech camp in a forest and stuff like that, maybe that might be the solution. I don't really know, but let's see what concept techniques, mathematic or software have others developed that can be form a foundation of your work, at least on the internet part. That's what the paper is telling us to do. I think the concept of traveling abroad, yeah. No, and we have our little tidbits here. Let's see here. Let's see, we're about to get an hour in onto it. I think we got it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see here. And see if we're able to figure out these bits. Let's see here. What others have done for, you know what? Let's blatantly ask for it. Let's see, problem solving. and stuff. What are, let's see, things to keep summer camp modern? Ooh, summer camp packing. Oh no, that's stuff. Sleepaway camp essential summer 19 high-end summer camps. Okay, see, now we have virtual summer camps. Let's see what goes on to here. I want to see what like what this thing is telling me about virtual summer camps, which might not be interesting. It might not be, but let's see.
With the continuation of the COVID-19 pandemic, parents' summer plans, which are often locked into place way back in January, have been thrown for a loop. Depending on where you live and how bad the outbreak is, traditional camps may not be an option this year. So, what is everyone going to do with their kids this whole summer? Virtual summer camp is a tantalizing proposition. On the one hand, it offers parents a chance to have someone else take over childcare duties for a minute, opening up an opportunity to get work done, do chores, or, heck, even take a shower.
I um I'm saying this like as someone who doesn't have a kid. Like I get it, like you may need a break, but I've seen I've seen counselors come to us and realize that like, oh, these kids are not even being taken care of, where like paying like shilling out the extra $100 for like a couple weeks at a camp and stuff is like free daycare onto them. I think like, if you're treating that as a main priority, you have bigger problems, my friend.
On the other, after 2 months of remote and homeschooling, kids may be over the whole e-learning thing entirely, and virtual summer camp can't replace the outdoor experiences that make regular summer camp a beloved childhood tradition. And no one wants to shell out for a virtual camp only to find that their kid will bail after 20 minutes of video instruction in favor of playing with toys or staring forlornly out the window. Signing up for a free virtual camp seems like the obvious solution, but there are trade-offs there, too. Free camps usually can't pay for lots of instructors and counselors, so the activities may be more parent-directed, which erases some of the free time you'd hope to gain. Then again, when you see some of the cool programs offered, covering everything from Minecraft to Harry Potter, the cost might be worth it. Whether you're looking for free activity ideas, extra enrichment in your kids' main areas of interest, or a summer program that'll give them the full camp experience, check out these virtual summer camps. More from Good Housekeeping. Everything to know about Yom Kippur. Free virtual camps. Test the online camp waters and see if it works for your family without making a huge financial investment.
All right, students, let's dive into see what let's see what this virtual camp has to or see on
Camp
a YouTube
Bonkers.
thing.
This YouTube series of videos offers kids ideas.
Thank you, Brian. Camp Bonkers, where Roblox meets camp. What? The hell do we got here? All right, okay, let's see this. Virtual camp.
Yo, welcome back to another game of Camp Bonkers. Let's continue what we finished off with last time. Last time, I said I wanted to upgrade a new house, but we couldn't end up doing that because that costs so much money. So this time, I saved up enough money, and now I can actually get the new house. We could get this house too, but we'll save that for another time. We're gonna...
Oh shit. Okay. You have my attention. So, all right, like I guess to modernize is blatantly like yeah, virtual. All right, fuck it. Virtual camps. I see you. I see you. All right. Yeah. Virtual camps. I'm down. I'm down for it. You down for OTT? You know me. I see it. Okay. Virtual camps. Camp Bonker. Which is Roblox. So I guess like there's Minecraft servers added to it. Yo, LAN parties and stuff. Okay. Let's yeah, let's figure this stuff out. All right. I think we definitely have something going on here, and I love it. So let's. Yeah.
I'm gonna save this house for another time. I want to upgrade from this house. Let's go to our old house. This was our old house. I want to upgrade from this house to this house this episode. I add some new furniture. Add all
House
this
coming in
new
Camp
stuff, 'cause
Bonker.
listen, when I play a game, I like to automatically just go off the bat and get like the best kind of things. That's my goal. That's why I just want to upgrade my house, and eventually I'll be getting.
Okay, this kid's a lot. Like he's gonna be a great super. But like,
Hi, my name's Marbar. I'm a streamer, creator.
Excuse me.
Let's continue what we finished off with last time. Last time, I said I wanted to upgrade a new house, but
Stop.
we couldn't end up doing that because
What?
that costs so much money. So this time, I saved
What?
up enough money, and now
Huh?
I can actually get the new house. We could get this house too, but
What
we'll
the fuck?
save.
Oh my god. First look at Camp Bonkers. Okay,
Hi,
yeah.
my name's Marbar. I'm a streamer, creator, and lover of all things Roblox, and I'm super excited to be part of the Camp Bonkers YouTube channel this season. You can expect to see my videos up on the Camp Bonkers channel all season long. And as for this video, well, I experienced the Camp Bonkers Roblox game for the very first time. So here's a sneak peek of Camp Bonkers.
What the fuck
This is
happening?
Roblox Camp Bonkers. I'm really excited for this, first of all, because Doge has never been to summer camp. Unlike me, I went to summer camp a lot. I went to summer camp every single year, and now I get to have that whole experience again at Camp Bonkers. So I'm very excited, and Doge is excited too. You can kind of see it in the glistening of his eyes.
Beautiful. All right. Fuck. Okay. So there's that. Okay.
Camp by Walmart. Camp by Walmart. Camp and Wal.
Brian, excuse you. Excuse you. Fuck. So. Okay, Brian, please, you can continue
Camp
now.
by Walmart. Camp and Walmart have teamed up to create at-home activities, led by counselors like Drew Barrymore, Neil Patrick Harris, LeBron James, Idina Menzel, and Todd Oldham.
What the
Neil
fuck?
Patrick Harris is head counselor, who leads the morning kickoff, before turning it over to other counselors for family challenges. You can access the camp through the Walmart app.
What? Make it to Walmart. Oh god, same thing. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, we gotta get past the advertisement. Alright. Sorry, hold up. Jesus Christ. Alright, you done? Come on. Oh, what the fuck? Are we like playtiming? What are we doing? What's happening?
I can't wait to have an awesome
Yeah,
adventure with
that's
the Paw Patrol.
great. I
Hey
don't-
parents,
It's like,
We need to get Marty McGregor down. Should we use
Oh,
Sky's
shit.
helicopter?
oh god,
or
I don't
Robo's
know.
construction truck?
Alright, we're playing a game, students. Construction.
I'll use my drill on my construction truck to fly into the air.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Whoa!
Oh my god.
Thank you so much, Pops.
Oh,
I
thank
should
God,
know
he's
better
okay.
than to play Cowboy Roundup
No,
with
you
the
should
dog
never play
leash.
cowboy.
What are you doing at this recycling center, Marty McGregor?
Yeah. Marty, what the fuck?
As the
What are you doing?
foremost celebrity
So,
reporter in Adventure City, it's
nice.
my job to cover the ribbon cut.
What the fuck is happening?
We need to rescue everyone at the falafel stand.
Okay. What the fuck is happening? Oh, so it's just playtime? Pause playtime? Make it? Alright. Cool. Damn. Amazon. Bezos.
Camp Handmade, crafters from Amazon's handmade shops lead campers through crafts and other creative pursuits. Camp is free, but you might need to purchase supplies beforehand.
Oh. And it doesn't exist. Oh. Nope. But. Okay. Camp YouTube has pulled together more than 1,200 videos about art, adventure, STEM. Holy shit! What you got? Let's eliminate a lot of this stuff here. 10 step to boost your financial Okay, well, I mean, size of amusement parks, Dr. Mike's Playhouse. Okay. So no matter what, there's like education with it. All right, I can see it. But kids need more virtual camp. Yo, Legos. That's
Kids
cool.
need more virtual camp, dip and out of different Zoom activities as you
Oh,
need them. Sessions
so there's
include
this.
princess visits, Lego building, baby meetups, and performances.
Cool. Cool. Museum of Contemporary Art in Miami offers free instructions in mixed media painting, drawing, stuff like that. Okay, so camp is getting more and more crazy with it. Maybe it doesn't have to be tradition, but like I think no matter what, you have to maybe hold on to it. You have to hold on to it. Okay, so let's see here. Virtual tutors. Okay, virtual tutors, virtual summer camps.
Varsity Tutors Virtual Summer Camps. Varsity
Varsity.
Tutors is running lots of week-long camp sessions for no cost, with classes that run the K-12 gamut. You can hunt and find one that matches your kids' particular interests, from recycled art for kindergartners and Lego movie making for elementary students to Minecraft storytelling for middle schoolers and podcasting for high school students.
Ooh. I like this. Intro to Roblox code camping, Minecraft code camping. Dude, I might do this. Age 5 to 10. Fuck. So coding, okay. Cosmic Adventure Camp, Wildlife Creation Camp. That guy's from YouTube. Curious World Sam Camp. So summer camp. So, oh man, maybe that's something that like we didn't even realize. Maybe summer camp doesn't have to entitle nature. Maybe it doesn't have to fully be a part of it. Maybe it's just as long as you are learning and being brought into it. But like I think that's the goal, though. Okay. You know what? Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Students. So, tech companies, we like that. Travel, we like it. Diversity, we want diverse communities and diversity in tech activities. I think that's a big component. Marketing and social media, virtual camp, we like it as just a fallout for at least other parts. Now, what is your solution? Students, what is our solution here? We got a lot of things going on here, all right? We got a lot of stuff. We got it. We don't know what's happening with like this with this things, okay? We got, let's see here. This question is answered in two ways depending on our stage of research, how we've been going about this. Either, okay, you should try to sketch 3 to 5 key insights that you believe will allow you to solve your problem better than what has been done before. Public stage. You should have 3 to 5 key ideas that address the problem. You should be able to state these ideas in one sentence, one paragraph, or one page. You should be able to describe these ideas in sufficient depth, and others who are knowledgeable in your area could reproduce your work. So we have to make this stuff transferable. Of course, I am the expert in that. Let's get it. So, you should have 3 key ideas that address the problem. All right. I got a couple ideas here, students. I may have a couple ideas here. All right. So, let's get to it. Excuse me, good sir. 1. All right. Hear me out. Okay? We put the camps. Camp is in a warehouse, right? We put like we have like LAN parties, right? And then we got fucking uh uh activities, like, we can have outdoor activities. Yeah, we'll have pools and stuff, just like a whole fun zone. I think like you have it versatile. I think that that's one thing you can do it, and that way you can have signal. All right, signal. You could put it in the city or something like that. You can have it like almost like, ooh, like how about like people football stadiums, right? Like you rent out like what was it, for like a two for like a 2 week or 2 weeks, like a 2 week camp, right? And then you have like the whole field, kids are running around having a good time, or just like any kind of stadium. All right, any stadium, really. Let's see, any stadium. All right, because like that way, like the kids can sleep on the field. They can go like, yeah, sleep. What the fuck did I write T there for? They can sleep on the field. Field, right? They can have like fucking, what was it? Jumbotron, Jumbotron movie night. You know what I'm talking about? I think that this is something that could be great for a summer camp, right? Let's see here. And let's see here. And like this is like all encompassing big facilities. I think big facilities with signal. All right. We can still have a state park. I think, okay, so let's see here. Let's get back to the original bit here. Okay. We want to be tech. We want to be travel, diversity, communities, marketing. I think marketing and virtual parts. So, like, okay, yeah, let's build onto that, because I think like the two that we have is great. Okay, so here, let's. I'm more like something like this. All right, so let's bring that like. So what are the steps? Hmm? What are the steps to do that? All right, excuse you, good sir. Okay, steps to execute this. Now, of course, again, the main goals are for what was it? It could be virtual, virtual friendly, what was it, tech friendly, right? Uh, let's see here. Virtual friendly, tech friendly, of course, diverse, um, travel. Ooh, that's gonna be a big thing, because like if you can't go into these parts, well, I guess like traveling to get the destination. I think like the destination to go there would be entertaining. So okay, okay, okay. Um, marketing. So all right, so let's see it. One, social media. Social media, you got to keep it right. Two, employees. All right, make sure your employees are happy and good and ready. You're selling this place. You're hiring people to come on through. By the way, hold up, we got to do that. I got a couple things saved in here on what is it like to be a summer counselor. Like we're trying to like let's just try to. We're not even just modernizing. Again, like we're trying to solve the problem for not just the children, but we're also trying to figure out the teachers and counselors within it. What's going to be great for them? So let's see here. Now, I had a couple things lined up here for that. Let's see. Why is it a bit? Let's see. What's your favorite? People who have gone to summer camp as a child. Insane summer camp to make you wish. Oldest camp. Summer camp made you worse. We got to figure that part. Oh, that's a big thing. Security. I didn't even think about that. You're sending your kid out. That's a big component that people got to be worried about. I guess like we can like put that under like the parents and stuff like that. Like security. You know, just like of children. So okay. That's a big component that we gotta protect the children for it. All right. Ooh, shit. Okay. We're clocking down. We're clocking down, students, and like we're getting there. We're getting there. Let's see. What's your favorite solution to the problem? All right. Hey, what's your favorite? What is your solution to the problem? Okay. But okay, yeah. But like we're too busy focusing on the kids. Okay, fuck the kids for a second. All right, we gotta figure out what in the world, how we're gonna help, like the people going to be taking care of the kids. Okay, we got the place to throw the kids in. All right, but we gotta bring in certain parts. So okay, let's figure out now. Okay, let's yeah. Okay, you know what? Yeah, let's read this thing about how parents are like using facial recognition to maybe keep their kids safe. Let's see here.
Asheville, North Carolina, more than 100 summer camps are using facial recognition technology to help parents catch a glimpse of their kids when they're away at camp. A convenience that also raises privacy concerns over the increasing reach of surveillance in society. Venture capital-backed Waldo Photos has been selling the service to identify specific children in the flood of photos provided daily to parents by many sleepaway camps. Camps working with the Austin, Texas-based company give parents a private code to sign up. Parents then upload a headshot or selfie of their child to Waldo's system. When the camp uploads photos taken during activities to its website, Waldo's facial recognition software scans for matches in the parent-provided headshots. Once it finds a match, the Waldo system, as in Where's Waldo? Then automatically texts the photos to the child's parents. The service has been embraced by parents who have tried it. But similar technology has raised alarms among privacy watchdogs who worry police could leverage photo recognition and increasingly cheap cloud computing power to tap into huge databases of photos, such as driver's licenses, then scan and monitor crowds of people, stifling freedom of movement. Microsoft's president late last week argued the danger associated with this growing field was so severe the government should regulate it. Facebook is the target of a class action lawsuit in California over its use of its facial recognition technology to tag photos.
Oh
The
my
American
God.
Civil Liberties Union and some investors want Amazon to stop selling its facial recognition technology to police departments. As the cost of storage and computing decreases, it's becoming easier for companies to rush into using facial recognition software, said Matt Cagle, technology and civil liberties attorney with the ACLU of Northern California. But before these technologies are deployed, there needs to be a discussion about whether this type of tech is necessary at all and how users' privacy is protected. For those who haven't attended or sent a child to summer camp recently, the days of writing letters are long gone. Instead, most camps have staff photographers who roam about taking hundreds of photos of campers as they go about their activities. Those photos are typically posted on the camp's website or Facebook page once a day. Parents must then click through images of potentially hundreds of children swimming, canoeing, s'more making and lanyard tying in order to spot the one or two of their child. In Tuxedo, North Carolina, Falling Creek Camp posts between 600 and 800 photos of campers each day, Associate Director Frank
damn.
Tyndall said. The Waldo service has been popular with families who only want to see a few of their own campers. Parents seem amazed that the software can pick their child out of a crowd, he said. Reed Whitliff has sent his 16-year-old son to Camp Rockmont in North Carolina.
Wait. Get a load of this kid. What the fuck? You see this kid? Like that would stress me out. You're telling me, fucking, like they're showing this kid. What am I doing here? Oh my goodness! Holy shit! What am I doing? Jesus Christ! Look at this kid. Braces just fucking like they have this kid on here on this website, literally just as an example to show it. So, hold up, I think my thing lost battery. Probably. My camera lost battery there, students. Which is valid.
Reed Whitliff has sent his 16-year-old son.
Hold up now. Alright. But like they got like this they got this kid on here. He has "Hi Mom" like just written on his forehead. Like that's a hostage situation. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Reed Whitliff has sent his 16-year-old son to Camp Rockmont in North Carolina for several years now. He says Waldo saved hours of his time. All the camps have photographers, and you can go to the camp websites to see them, but there are often hundreds or thousands to go through. You're desperate to see your child, but there are just so many pictures to sort through.
I think you're good. I think you're good. I think people are thinking too much about it. The Where's Waldo system. They're saying the service costs $1 to $2 per day. Camp families to use it. No, I mean if you're using it for your 16-year-old, I think you're just more sketched out. But no, I understand it. I'm trying to update the security of it. Now, okay. Now that helps out, but again, you still now the main front of security for these kids, and again going back to our topic, is the employees. But like, what was it like? Let's talk. Now I found a Reddit here that had camp counselor from the YMCA. Go ahead and talk about, hey everyone, I am a YMCA camp counselor, and I have been for over 5 years, which was my first job out of high school. I worked this last summer, 2020, during a crazy pandemic, and wanted to share any insight and answers as truthful as I could to any questions. I've worked with age groups from 5 to 6 year olds all the way up to 12 to 14, so my experience is very spread. Is very spread throughout the job. Why don't you just spread out? Jeez. As well as being simple counselor up to unit leader, as they called it. Ask me anything. Did you notice a decrease in kids over the summer? Oh, absolutely. Usually we would have upwards of 300 to 400 kids. Damn! During the last summer. We have averaged approximately 100. I bet that was great. Though. Let's see. Is it fun to stay? Is it fun to stay at the YMCA? Honestly, it really depends on the staff you get and you choose. And if you choose the right camp, some staff are only there for the money, and some camps are purely budget. So parents can pay the minimum. See, that's something like no matter what, we got to pay the workers. We got to pay the workers outright. Make sure that the job is worthwhile. All right, that's just a capitalist type of thing right there. All right, let's immediately we got to recognize that, ladies and gentlemen, that our employees here are getting paid. All right. Paid well. I'm honestly, I would definitely say, what was it, like an hour, and you're taking care of the kids like for weeks? Goodness, I would almost. I don't know, what's a professional babysitter make? Like how much do camp counselors make? Let's see. I have a couple questions. Funniest incident that happened. Okay, we'll solve that. Let's continue this. Holy shit, we have 30 minutes left. All right, don't worry, we got it. Let's see, what was the funniest incident that happened during your tenure at the Y? What was the most inappropriate incident that happened under your supervision? What's the pay like? Why did you choose to work at the Y? let's dive in.
Alright, here we go. There are so many little things that it honestly is hard to remember things. Most of the times it's just the absurd phrases kids say, they just make zero sense. The
That's answer for
funniest
number one.
incident was when a young child was dressed as Captain America and was 100% convinced, so he attacked other kids for being the bad guys.
Oh, fuck.
There were a lot, from kids peeking into the changing tents not only at times when campers are changing, but when I was changing. Thank
Yeah.
God that never became a big thing. To other moments where a child took his pants and underwear off in the early morning because he was cold.
Fuck.
The pay ranges, starting out I was at minimum wage since I was a recent high school graduate. But once I had experience and became a unit leader, the pay went up. Yeah, I was paid like $10.30 when I started, I believe. And now I make about $14 to $15.00. But it's also 8 hours 5 days a week through summer for 5 paychecks, so it's a kick-ass summer job for new workers.
Fuck that. No, like nowadays, minimum wage is $15 an hour, which like how much? Like yeah, let's figure that out. Hold up. Well, let's pay camp counselors. Yeah, salary of a camp counselor. $14 to $27,000 per year. $21,000. That is like the average pay. How much does a teacher make? Like how much does it? Come on, Google. Let's see. How much does a teacher make? Double. What the fuck? You're telling me. First of all, it's beyond a 9 to 5, and you're dealing with outdoor things, and you're dealing with kids, bigger parts of it, and you're younger. Like hell no. You should be paying. Like first of all, teachers get paid jack shit, and then so that's already like no. Camp counselors should be making like I would say 50K. 50K minimum. You're taking care of kids. Like honestly, no, you're the exact same as what a teacher is, but like for a smaller bit. Like honestly, yeah, you should be able to do that. All right, you get loyal people. All right, so yeah, that's our biggest solution for at least the employees, just paying them well, just fucking paying them well at least. All right, so okay, let's see here. Let's get back. Let's get back to our foolproof solution here. All right, so yoink. Why is my pen looking all weird? Oh, I'm getting smaller. Lol. There we go. So okay, yeah, the employees for, and then like social media for announcements, right? And then so what would be the educational part? Do we just want to do life lessons and stuff like that? Like what do kids want to learn? At least through the virtual camp, it's being taught so many things. So, but like for our camp, our niche, like we don't want to do life skill. I think like honestly, I think just social skills, like social skills through activities. Yeah, through activities. And then the activities can be educational. EDU, baby. So yeah, the activities can be educational. So okay, then of course, like what would be what would be the main thing? I think like what was it? We'll break it up into like three main categories. Okay, all right. You have physical, mental, and tech. I think that's how you would divvy it out. All right. And then like what was it? Like the physical one, the physical of course would be pool, pool, sports. Mental will be books. What is it? Would be books. Do we want to get like yoga involved? Like mental could be like spiritual and stuff like that. I don't know. Like what would what would kids want to like know like mentally? I guess like yeah, go ahead, throw yoga into it. Maybe some gardening. Yeah, I guess that's physical. Physical. That could be like a garden and stuff like that. Nature. Well then, oh, you know what? You know what? You know what? No, 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 no. It's not gonna be mental. It's not gonna be like physical, physical or anything like that. It's gonna be physical, nature, tech. Yeah, pool, sports, sports. We got video games. Hold up, Jesus Christ. I think yeah, we're getting it. We're getting it. We're getting it. Video games, right? All right, we got hikes. We got gardening, stuff like that. Fire, we just throw fire out in general and stuff. You know, keep it like that. Pool, sports. Video games, computers. STEM. Yeah, there we go. Throw out like maybe a little bit of light STEM stuff and stuff, and you would do each week. So, like your first week would be like, and you could divvy it out. I think that's one way you can do it. Is like to add the diversity of it. You have your physical, and you'll have ooh. We're gonna need another page. We're gonna need another page. I totally got a cool idea for this. So, what is happening? Am I doing this right? Okay. So get a load of this. Get a load of this. Bop, bop, bow. All right. So, physical, nature, tech, hard, medium, easy. Okay. This is how we're going to do it. All right. You'll divide the camp up into 3 weeks. All right. And so the first week will be the easiest of it. The second week will be the medium. Third week will be the hardest. All right. And then so you'll have the kids decide on which ones they want to go in. So they have a diversity of their choices. And so the hardest would probably be a sport for kids. All right. The hardest for nature, I would say it would still be pretty physical and stuff like that. Maybe gardening or studying, or maybe like a biology, maybe like a hike, like biology hike. Hike, right? Yeah. And then the hardest would be STEM for like coding and stuff like that. All right. And then like medium, like what would like medium be? Maybe like walks, sports, like no. Maybe we'll have like yoga be like the easiest one, right? Because I don't know. I sweat my ass off during yoga. Jeez. Ugh. I don't know. 3-week camp. All right. 3-week camp. Physical. What would be? Because you're dedicating a whole week to this, and there's so many like different things to it. Let's continue. All right, medium, like medium for nature and stuff like that. Yeah, camp. Well, we'll camp out. We'll just do like a simple week of camp. Camp. We'll do that, and yeah, the biology they'll go out and like camp out and stuff like that. That'd be cool. And like the easiest one would be like a cabin. All right. Biology hike, you're like frontiering this. Camping, you're like staying all in tents. Cabin, you're all in a cabin and you're chilling. STEM, you're doing stuff like that. Um, what was it? See, I guess like what would like be like techie that's easy, or techie that's like medium. Medium that's like would be hard and stuff. I guess like you could just dive into mathematics or something. Maybe I don't know, but we got like 20 minutes before we got to solve this problem to modernize camp. Oh my goodness, students. Let's see here. The medium for physical would it just be like simple walking, like frisbee throwing and stuff like that? Like normie, like we'll have like normie camp, normie activities, or I guess water. Yeah. Would like, yeah, what's that, Space Cat? You thinking water too? Like water, like yeah, pool, like pool party or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Water activities. Yeah. Water activities. Don't don't look at the cat scratch fever stuff. It's wild. Okay. Let's see then. STEM. Ooh. Like what would it be? Like what would it like I think like this would be the toughest part because I think that there's something about it. I guess like the easiest one we can add video games. Like maybe like they do like a learning video game or something along that lines or something like that. Like you have to like keep it interesting. Is this all like outdoors? I think like for this, I think mainly what I'm thinking is our facilities is near like a forest or something like that, but it's mainly I would almost say like it's definitely a campgrounds. It's definitely a campgrounds. I think what mainly happens is like the diversity of activities and the diversity of camp. It's very limited to, and I think like if you up the budget of camps and stuff like that, like this is something where basically how we're dividing it up is that each basically like this will be so like your first week will be easy. Second second is medium, and then third is your hardest. To kind of like big like kind of like a big hoorah. And then so you decide which category you want to do. And so if you want to like dive into that, like maybe STEM could be like science project related to outdoors, and medium is like learning about fungi and animal stuff. Ooh, well, like see that's kind of what we're doing with at least like the nature part, because I think that's something like that's a big component, at least like driving into like physical activities, and then like there's nature bits, and then there's tech. Because being a kid, I think like there's only there's only so much like you'll have yeah, you could be active, but you don't want to be running around in nature. I know plenty of basketball players, football players that they see a weed, they'll crumble. All right, that's just how they are. But they'll take a helmet right to the face and be completely fine. It's the weirdest thing. But you'll have people have a bug crawl on their face, but have nothing to do with the computer. But yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, we have 15. We almost have 15 minutes left. We have to figure this out, students. Medium, STEM. I'm thinking. You know what? I think I'm generalizing. I think I'm generalizing the STEM. We got to take a step back. All right. I think the hardest would be full blown programming, coding. You know, coding, and then maybe just a classic science project, just an indoor science project. kind of like bouncing off what you did with Space Cat, but maybe just more indoor stuff. Like, the classic trifold. You spend a week with your group trying to build an experiment. I like that. Ooh, I like that. You know what? Classic, classic sci. I'm about to. How the fuck do you spell how the fuck do you spell science? Students, can you help me out here? Thank you. Science project. Yeah. Classic science project, and then yeah, you do something with video games, whether it be like you build something on Minecraft. Like you build something like I want to build a volcano. Oh, that would be classic. See, because I think I think here, students, what we have here with summer camp is that, and I said this before, but it's the college of kids, but like in a smaller part. You go to these isolated points in your life where you meet everyone, you meet all these different kids in this one place, and nobody knows anybody unless you have those like returning people out. But I think like that's whatever. But I think with this, like it's short, like it's long enough for kids to have an enjoyable time. It's short enough to where what was it, you're not doing like too much like traumatic bits and stuff like that. I would definitely say it's affordable. I think you rent out, like I think you can talk to your like local like stadiums, or even go to like a campground and stuff like that, and just set up. You need an open field for half of these things. A pool for one. Like literally, what was it? Camping, like the camping, biology hike, and sport. Well, the camping, sports, yoga you can simply take with a class with a field. You just need a simple pool, a cabin, or just literally a building. I think you can have fun with that. It's just like keep it bare minimum, like you build a fire onto that, and then coding and like coding, science, video games, and stuff like that. You're doing it all indoors. Oh, all right. I think we got it. Yeah, our 3 week camp. Our 3 week camp, easy, medium, hard. If you're not a physical person, do some yoga. You diversify your parts without being like forced into these bits with summer camp. I think that's amazing. What we have here. Yeah, hell yeah. All right. Last but not least, oh shit, we're almost. How can you demonstrate that your solution is a good one? That's a hard one, students. Just having done an interesting thing, you must be able to show that your thing is better than what has gone before. Your problem may have no prior existing solutions. Therefore, you must show the solution really really solves the problem. Your problem may have existing solutions, in which case you must identify clear criteria of comparing two solutions. So, okay, let's review. Let's go back. All right, the virtual camp situation that we saw in here, we're able to see that kids love this stuff. All right, a lot of it is affordable. You just need the games for certain parts. So we have the affordability onto that. So, and no matter what, this is all going towards helping camp counselors and making sure that they get paid well. All right, that is the main goal. All right, security and stuff, keeping it well indoors and keeping it without a good signal. You're having all that tech and stuff. You're able to take care of the kids. All right, camp counselors, they're not getting paid too much. All right, but with a lot of tech on their side and budgeting correct, and just being a decent fucking person, you can just pay them better, and you build a loyal fan base. All right, and you literally are kind of raising these kids up each summer, and they love this place, so they want to hop back in and help these people into it. Like I'm surprised that like camp counselors like aren't being more leading into it, because you're training your employees a little bit with camp with summer camps, if you actually really think about it. Diversity. I think this is a big I think this is a big thing. I think focusing more onto um international bits and having people travel, and also not even international, because the US is just a shit ton of countries, let's be honest. We just call them states. Have people come there. I think that'll be interesting. Interesting on that factor. Now, of course, you'll just have committees, just like the American. Oh gosh, what was it? What was it? We just missed it. Damn. I don't know. Wait, is this it? No. I don't know. We ain't got the time for it. But basically, there's a big association with like the American Camp Association or something like that. But that allows people to like add committees to keep people diverse, and like keep the ideas and the activities diverse as well, to make sure everyone's inclusive. Also, having this thing indoors and limiting the amount of nature and stuff like that, you're having the ability to allow disabled people come join your camp. I think that's a big I think that's a big thing. And like centering your facilities around having, you know, disabled accessibility, or yeah, and just not having your camp and be ableist on that part. Which I mean, like, yeah, the whole hiking bit, that might be harder for someone that might be in a specific and who might be just impaired with in the legs, or just certain mental parts. I am very much like assuming certain things, but just it's a lot, especially throwing someone who has a lot of mental issues out into the wilderness and stuff. That was a big thing that I pointed out, that a lot of kids, like, they have certain pills, they they have a certain mental issues, or certain counselors just kind of find that out along the way, which is brutal. But I think being closer to civilization, aka a city and stuff, that allows the kid to have proper resources if something needs to happen. Mm. And what was it? Let's go back to the solution, to the solution part. Oh, okay. Um, let's see here. You must know the strategy for evaluating your comparison criteria. It is the easiest. If there are objective comparison metrics, you must show that their criteria in your evaluations are valid and stuff like that. How about, hold up. We're just fucking amazing. How about that? Because we're experts on this shit. Hell yeah. No, I think that's a pretty good. No, I think that's how we do it. You know what? I say that's it, students. I think we figured it out. I think we got our little system plan here. Hey, yeah, let's go. Yeah, I think we got it. I think we got it. Welcome to Void Camp. Let's get back to that chart that I built there. Yeah. A simple 3-week camp and stuff like that. I think we got it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, of course, let's turn uh, let's turn off the counter here. I think we solved our thing in about 2-ish hours, right? I think we got it. Now, what do we learn? Hmm? What do we learn here, students? That summer camp is, let me get some nice music going here. Let's get some heart. Let's get some heartwarming. Let's get some nature music. Nature. Nature. Ooh. Maybe we're just gonna do it this. You see here, students. Oh God, I just kicked the shit out of my camera. You see here, students. Summer camp is something that should be loved. It's an experience. It's something that all kids of, and like what we saw before, that it should be this diverse group of kids coming through, and not just based on a price point onto it. We have to allow these kids to do their own thing and be able to cherish the memories that they're going to have a wonderful time with it. They have to be able to enjoy it as well, not forced into certain parts like boot camps or beckon into certain religious criterias and stuff like that, or traditions. Mainly just the tradition parts. If you're actually into the whole religious part, do your own thing. But this is just for the general parts for kids and for counselors. Again, for the parents that need time away from the kids, but also can treat this place as an investment. I think there's plenty of things that we can do for this, and to make it to where it's a wonderful experience. I think that's how we can solve the problem. Keep it diverse. Doesn't have to be a niche. I think you keep it all well and put. You have day activities. You have free time. That's a beautiful thing. That's one thing that I learned so much about it. I think that's what going to be the main point. That's going to be selling it. And you know what? I think that's what summer camp is all about. Learning with a group of strangers. Strange people from strange lands, and then you come together and you build something together. You learn something together. It's the craziness of it. Without the factors of parents against you, school against you, and all the crazy shit. I think that's what's gonna, that's what brings summer camp, and that's what sells it the best around it. I think what people do around the world, I think it depends on just how it goes. Maybe, I wonder how people do it around the world with summer camps, that is. But yeah, that's how I think it should be a solution. I think that's how it should be going. But, students, I think we learned something here today. What do you guys think of this? Was it entertaining? Was it interesting? Was it was it jovial to keep it going? We learned a lot about summer camp. I'm wondering how this will transfer over, having the time limit, adding a little bit of assignments, going back and forth. I wonder how that would go. I think it was interesting. It kept the inertia going. I think that's kind of the main part. But yeah. But here, I'm gonna end the show here. We might hang out for a bit on the Twitch side for you YouTube people. This is definitely going to be the end of the show here. All right, and you keep yourself learning as much as possible. All right, you keep yourself fresh, and you know what? I hope you guys have a wonderful day and keep learning. All right, I think that is going to be the main focus. All right, no matter if you learn something, if we solve a problem here today, that would be all right. And you YouTube people, you have yourself a good time and get the hell on at it.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.